I'm this much distracted. I don't know how long. Hello, PNG tuber. Not now, not like this. Oh my god. There was a little thing that said no. Please. PNG tuber plus Y. Let's try this. Okay. Gotta do classic close and open the program again. There we go. Yeah, live time! Let's go! Scuff aside. Hopefully no more scuff for the rest of stream. We shall see, though. But, wow, if I had any thoughts, they're completely gone. I got derailed so hard by the PNG tuber not working. Let's see if I can collect some thoughts again. Nope, it's not working. We'll be finishing chapter 2. That's all I got. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the rest of this chapter. Chaos Child has been a time TM. But like, in a good way, I think. Sumo sticker. I think the last thing we ended off with was No in her group home. And them being like, man, it would be great if Takaru was here type thing. And now we're on Takaru being Takaru. Are they gone? Sarika was sitting with her legs crossed on the cold floor, looking up at me. I put my ear up to the door and tried to see if there was anyone outside. It's safe. No one's here. Then let's give up and go home. My butt's starting to hurt. How about I give you a little lecture? A few years ago, I saw this. I think it was on the news. There was a guy who was in a bathroom and the lock broke. And he got stuck inside for 2 days. Well then. When they saved him, they asked him what it was like to be locked in a room for 2 days. And he said, I'm glad there was a toilet. I mean, fair. There's 2 of us in here, so I can't go to the bathroom. Grr. Damn it, she's right for once. What do you mean? You can just turn away when she needs to go. But she had a point. I was reaching my mental limits too. It was past 10 now, which meant we'd spent more than 2 hours locked inside the bathroom. Why are you locked in the bathroom? Doesn't it lock from the inside too? We were on the 5th floor of AH Tokyo General Hospital, in the women's toilet near the lobby. We learned in the club room this morning that the creator of the sumo stickers was here. Sarika and I had come to the hospital right after that. Each floor of the hospital had different sections, and each section had its own lobby, so we were able to go around to each floor and gather information by talking to the people here. You would have went mentally insane in that small space? Yeah, that's fair. Well, it was mostly Sarika who did the talking. And then we heard that there was... the blah blah blah. And then we'd heard that there was someone in a private room in the back of the 5th floor who drew a lot of creepy pictures. I got excited. The person drawing the pictures might know something. But there was a problem. Namely, the ward they were staying in. There were 2 wards on the 5th floor. The first was the gastroenterological ward, straight down the hall from the lobby. But to get to the place where we wanted to go, you had to take a right from the lobby and go to the psych ward. To meet with patients in the psych ward, you needed permission from the patient in the hospital. If you weren't there to meet someone, you wouldn't even be allowed in. While we were sitting in the lobby trying to come up with a plan, visiting hours for the psych ward ended. Then hours for the gastroenterological ward ended too, and we had no excuse for being there any longer. And that's how we got where we are now. If I hadn't taken Sarika's advice and chosen to hide in the women's restroom, where the stalls were inevitably in use more often, someone would have gotten suspicious of us a long time ago. It would have been in the psych ward if you stayed in there for those 2 days. Fair. No, maybe they were already... Maybe they were... Maybe they already were suspicious. There we go. Word order. Damn it. I wanted to get some more information before we left. When Ito saw the pair in the pictures of the club room, he proposed we start investigating them immediately. But I decided to temporarily leave that to him and visit the hospital. I didn't tell Ito where I was going or why. If anyone was putting a priority on verifying information on a homepage run by a crazy man, with no sources even given, he'd make fun of me. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. And that's why I wanted to find something. My phone suddenly started to vibrate. I frowned when I saw the name. Damn, and at a time like this too.
Taku?
You're not going to answer it? Sarika seemed to say, silently. Ellipsis. I decided to ignore the phone call.
いいの?
You're sure?
仕方
I
ないだ
don't
ろう。
exactly have a choice.
きっと出たら
I'm
面
sure if
倒
I
なこと
answered
に
it,
な
she'd
る。
just be annoying again. Whatever it was likely something I didn't want to hear, and I couldn't exactly hold a conversation right now. Oh boy, delusion time! Two hours, huh? I didn't know being quiet and doing nothing for so long could be so tiring. Sarika had her arms crossed over her knees. She looked upset. Was I imagining it? Or had she been really fidgety over the last 10 minutes?
変なの?
It's weird.
まさかこの
I
年で
never thought I'd be
タク
spending
と一
hours
緒
in a
に
girl's
女子
bathroom
トイ
stall
レの
with
個
you at
室に
this
何時
age.
間もこもることになるなんて。
Fair.
そう言わずに
Don't
も
say
うちょっ
things
と
like
付き合っ
that.
てくれ。
We're just hang in there a little longer.
いいけど。
I can if you want.
でもこれ以
But I
上
don't think
願っ
there's
て
much of a
も
point to
意味
this.
ないと思う。
Sarika sighed a little. I looked away from her. I was starting to fidget a little. Maybe because you've been talking about going to the bathroom. Trigger on. Or so I said, but... To be honest, I was thinking of calling it a day too. The reason why was... I really had to go to the bathroom. I was about to piss myself. Of course, I was aware that I was already sitting right next to a toilet. But I didn't think it was a good idea to use the women's bathroom, particularly in front of Sarika, so I was holding it in. But I was about to hit my limit. But still, if I missed a chance like this because of a simple biological function, it would be humiliating. Ida would laugh at me for sure. I was the president of the newspaper club. I'd overruled the objections of the vice president to come here. I couldn't give up. I had a reputation to protect. So I...
なあ、
Hey,
お前。
oh no, eh?
お?
Hmm?
帰る気になっ
You ready to
た?
go home? Sarika stood up, looking relieved.
それがいいよ。
That's a good idea.
また明日
We
来よ
can
う
come back
よ。
tomorrow.
いや、
No,
まだ帰らない。
not yet.
じゃあ
Then
何？
what? I want to pee.
しょんべんしたい。
お？
Huh? Is he going to get killed because of a piss? Shrugs. Remains to be seen.
だから悪いけど、
Can you
一
go
緒外
outside
に
for
出
a
ててくれない
second?
か。
え？
What?
やだよ。
No,
見つか
they'll
っちゃう
find
よ。
me.
ほんの30
Just
秒ぐらいでい
30
いから。
seconds.
やだ
No.
って。それ
Then
な
you
ら
go
パパが
outside.
出てってよ。
僕が
Why
しょん
would
べ
I
んした
go
いの
outside
に、
when
な
I'm
んで
the one
僕
who
が出
needs
てい
to
かなくちゃい
pee?
けないんだ。
Have neither of them heard of turning around?
あ、そっか。
Oh, right.
じゃあ、
Then
後
I'll
ろ
turn
向いてて
around.
あげるか
So
ら、
just do it
ここでし
here.
ちゃいなよ。
There we go. Someone mentioned it.
うん。
How could she suggest something like that in such an innocent way? Bruh, you just gotta go piss.
恥ずか
That's
しいだろ。
embarrassing. But she'll be turned away.
今
What?
更
After
じゃん。
we've known each other
私
for all
と
these
タクの
years?
間柄でしょ？
お前
Are
本
you
気で言ってるの
serious?
か。
I
て
mean,
かお前
wait,
本
are
気で
you
言ってるのか。
serious? I was so freaked out that I was repeating myself.
いいからいい
It's
から
fine, it's fine.
パパ
Just do it
ッとやっ
quick.
ちゃいなって。
Sarika grinned a little as she turned around. Evidently, she had no intention of leaving the stall. No way. There was no way this was happening. But to be honest, my bladder felt like it was about to explode. It couldn't last any longer. Why not just crawl under this small gap in between stalls to go to another stall? I actually don't know if those gaps exist in Japan public restrooms. I didn't have a choice.
絶対
And
こっ
make
ち
sure
見
you
る
don't
なよ。
look over here.
絶
And
対
make
だぞ。
sure.
オッケー。
I lifted the lid, lowered my zipper, and got ready. I felt a wave of pleasure and release as I let go. That's better. And the sound, though, was extremely embarrassing. I should have had Sarika put her hands over her ears. But it was too late now. Asking her to do so at this point would just be more embarrassing. And since I had held it in for so long, there was a lot that had to come out. It was taking long enough that it was actually starting to freak me out a little. Is the negative illusion just endless piss? Hurry up. Come on, hurry up and finish. She laughed. She just laughed. What the hell do you laugh at a guy who's going to the bathroom? Or how the hell? Did I read that? Whatever. I'll reread it. How the hell do you laugh at a guy who's going to the bathroom? That's coming out, huh?
Hi.
Yeah. I want to kill myself. I'm going to kill myself. Please, someone, kill me. Imagine your friend on call hearing this right now. Oh, dear. That happened. I don't think I would ever recover. But Sarika and I were in a situation where that could happen at any minute. Maybe it was time to go home after all. As that stupid idea crossed my mind.
ちょっと。
Okay. Let's go,
ねえ、
Taku.
タク。
We can
と
come
りあ
back
えず今日
tomorrow.
は諦めて出直そうよ。
Sariko stood up and rubbed her butt a little.
お前は気に
It
ならないの
doesn't
か
bother
よ。
you?
え？
この病院
This
は
hospital is... This was the hospital we snuck into a long time ago, looking for an urban legend called Ami-chan. In the end, we had to give up before we could figure it out. But if there was some connection between the sumo stickers and this hospital...
そりゃ
Sure,
気になる
it
よ。
bothers me.
調べら
If
れ
you
る
can
な
find
ら
out
調べ
something,
た
I'd
い。
like to.
でもこうなっ
But
ちゃっ
don't
た
you
ら
think it's a
さ、
better idea to
明日
give
か
up
らちゃん
now,
と
then come
面
back
会
tomorrow
時間
during
に通
visiting
い
hours
詰
and
め
wait
て
for another
入れるチャンスを
chance?
待った方がよくない？
Meh.
それは
Well, yeah.
今だったら
If
こ
you
の
leave
階で
now,
見つかり
as
さえ
long
し
as
な
they
けれ
don't
ば
catch us on this
普通
floor,
に
we
外
can
に出
just
られ
walk
るで
straight
しょ？
out, right? This place had an ER, so it was open at night, and people would be going in and out. As long as we could get to the first floor lobby safely, we'd be able to walk right out. Damn it, maybe we didn't have a choice.
分かった。
Fine.
とりあえず
Well, let's just... My phone vibrated again.
またか。
Again? Wait. I thought it was Kurisu calling me again, but it wasn't. I checked once again that there was no one in the restroom, and answered the phone.
もしもし。
Hello?
おい、
Hey,
宮代、
Miyashiro. Where are you right
お前
now?
今どこにいる？
どうした？
What's wrong?
副部長
And the
が
vice president
事件を
wants us
追う
to
のは
stop
やめなさい
chasing
っ
the
て切
case.
れてるぞ。
She's pissed. Seriously.
今、
And she asked me
あな
what
た
you
たち
two
は
were
何
doing
して
right
るんだ
now.
って問
Or
い
more
詰められ
like,
た。
she screamed at me.
てか
It was scary.
怒鳴られた。
お前
You
まさか
didn't. Yeah, Ito said.
全部喋っ
And I told her everything.
そ
And then she
した
said I needed to
ら設置した
take down the
監視カメラを
camera.
外しな
And then
さい
she changed her mind and said she was going to do it
いや
herself
私が
and
今すぐ
hung
外
up.
して電話切られた。
But why didn't you keep your mouth
耐えろ
shut?
よ。
You know that's impossible, man. Sometimes you just gotta appease the vice president. Grr. Damn it. That coward. Well, I knew how he felt.
で、とりあ
Anyway,
えずお前の
I
こと
told her
が
that there was something else you
何
were
か別に
interested
気になったことがあったみたいで、
Alfalfa.
尾上と一緒にそれを調べてるみたいです。
What poorly timed yawn. Anyway, I told her that there was something else you were interested in, and you'd gone with Onaway to look into it.
何してるか知
I
ら
don't
ない
know what you're doing, but
副部長に
apologize
殺
before
さ
she
れる前に
kills
謝
you,
っとけよ。
and answer the phone when she calls.
電話に出てやれ。
He hung up before I could say anything. It was clear that he wanted to stay out of this. With nothing else to do, I put away my phone.
のんちゃん元気
I said Nonchan's feeling better.
よかった。
Good. Sarika looked happy. She must have overheard the conversation. No.
いや、よかったじゃないよ。
でも、
But
のん
that's
ちゃん
just
ら
like
しいよ。
her. Sarika nodded to herself, satisfied. And she really did look happy.
お前どっちの味
Whose
方なん
side
だ？
are you on?
タクだよ。
Here's Taku.
タクだって。
You don't want
のんちゃ
Nonchan
んが
to be
元気
sad,
な
do
い
you?
の嫌でしょ？
そりゃ、
No.
いや、いい。
Never mind.
タク
Taku,
行くの？
we're leaving.
言っとくけど
Just so we're clear,
諦めたわけじゃ
not
ないか
giving
らな。
up. I just didn't feel like I was going to find out anything more by staying here. I just come back tomorrow during visiting hours. And dodge Kurisu somehow.
よし。
Okay. And there was no one around. The nurse at the nurse's station was staring at her PC. If you crouched down, she couldn't see us. I motioned to Sarika, and we quietly left the bathroom, heading for the lobby. We made it across and arrived in front of the elevator. I looked ahead and saw an automatic door with thick frosted glass. The psych ward lay beyond it. Next to it was a control terminal with an intercom. While I'm visiting, it would say your name and have them unlock the door from the inside.
くそ
Damn it. During visiting hours, I've been sitting in the lobby waiting for the automatic door to open. I tried to see if there was a way to sneak in alongside another visitor, but had run out of time before I'd gotten a chance.
タク、
Taku,
Shouganai
there's
yo.
something we can do.
出直そう
Let's come back later. Sarika must have noticed me staring at it, because she motioned for me to leave.
あ
Yeah. She was right. If you use the elevator, they might notice the sound. We just have to take the stairs.
Huh?
タク
Sarika stopped just before she reached the stairs.
いや今
Just now. Huh? I heard a beeping noise coming from the automatic door. Is someone coming out? I dragged Sarika out onto the landing for the stairs. Ellipsis. That was weird. I didn't hear any footsteps. Huh? Oh boy. Huh?
嘘
No way. I took a look around the corner and saw that the door was open.
なんで
Why? It was definitely open, and there's no sign that anyone had come out. I could see deeper into the ward now that the frosted glass was out of the way. The hallway was dark, and it was long past lights out. Why? Why had it opened? Was it set to open automatically from the inside, and someone had walked close enough to trip the sensor? I hadn't seen anyone pass by. I nodded back at Sarika as she pointed down the stairs. Someone was coming up. What should we do? There's enough time for the elevator to get here. It says there is in fact enough time. Okay. The lobby's out of the question. Should we go upstairs? Or will it be safe if we just walk downstairs and act like nothing's wrong? The dark hallway seemed to be beckoning to me. There were no guards or nurses around it.
タク
Takeru,
あなた
you
は
aren't
他の
any
人と
different from
違う
anyone else.
ただの
You're just a
高校生で
teenage
しょ
boy. I grabbed Sarika's hand and ran straight for the open door.
わかんないけど
I
チャ
don't
ン
know
スだ
what's going on,
行こ
but this is our chance. Let's go. Sarika was behind me, so I couldn't tell if she nodded or not. I ran faster so I wouldn't have to hear my heart pounding, and a moment later, we were inside the psych ward. As I listened to the door shut behind me, there we go. I moved up next to the wall and took a look around. It was too dark to see all the way to the end of the hallway, There didn't seem to be anyone there. The green light of the emergency exit reflected off the floor, bathing us in dim light.
タク、
Taku, your hand. I realized that I was still holding Sarika's hand. I quickly let go when she turned her hand toward the wall.
これ
Look.
Huh?
Oh. She was pointing at a simple map of the ward. It showed the nurse's station, the exam rooms, and what were probably the numbers for the patients' rooms.
確か
And the person who
絵描き
drew those
って
pictures was in a private
奥
room
の
at the
個室
far
に入院
back,
しているんだ
right?
よな。
Sarika nodded. But the map didn't say if the rooms were singles or not. Big yawn. Jesus. I looked at the doors in front of me. There were plates with what looked like 2 patient names. These rooms were doubles, which meant that any room with the same layout was also probably a double. I looked back at the map. Where were the private rooms?
あった。
And I
ここら
found
辺
them.
だ。
Right here.
くそ。
Damn.
やっぱり奥
They
の
really
方
were
だ
in the
な。
back.
あっち
That way? Sarika pointed further down the hall. And Sarika behind me, I turned to the side and started to walk as quietly as I could. And that weird scent unique to hospitals was stinging my nose. I was used to it, but it was still a little creepy. And it was too quiet. If this really is a psych ward, then I figured I'd hear some crazy screaming or something.
いや、
No,
偏
and
見
that's just prejudice.
いくら
Even if it's a
閉鎖
sealed
病棟とはいえ
ward, most of the patients here are probably just old people with Alzheimer's. Unless psych wards operate differently than I am familiar with here in the States. And I'm not sure that's how that works, but okay. Not that. Nope, not that either. Sealed ward, a hospital ward, usually for mental patients, with a locked entrance, as well as heavily restricted access and visiting rules. In a broader sense, a sealed ward refers to any hospital ward that cannot be accessed without permission from staff, not just a mental ward. You wouldn't expect the patients to be screaming 24 hours a day, especially after lights out. But what's with the air here? No, it doesn't matter. It's just another dim hallway. I'm not going to the scene of a crime this time. Knowingly, anyway.
Huh?
Come to think of it, when I first went inside the Love Hotel, I tried to get past the door, then almost gave up.
うん
I turned around and saw the empty hallway stretching out before me, past a confused Sarika. The automatic door was on the other side of the corner.
あの時も
The door opened on its own then, too. And that's right, the door to the hotel had opened on its own, just like the automatic door here. The police told me I was mistaken, but maybe it really was.
タク
Taku,
どうしたの
what's wrong? Since Erika is your favorite now you're redrawing her, let's go.
Yeah.
Nothing. I realized that I'd stopped moving. Crap, is that a nurse?
こっち
This way.
ああ、松下さん、
Oh,
点滴
there
逆
was
血し
blood
てた
in
よ。
Matsushita's son, Saibi.
またですか？
What?
外
Again?
しちゃってました
Did it come out?
それがね、
Well, you see. I could hear what sounded like two nurses in the hallway.
バレちゃった？
Did they find us?
いや、
No. I listened carefully. They seemed to be talking about a patient. Good, they hadn't found us. We would have to stay here until they left.
タク、
Hey,
そうい
Taku.
えばさ、
Actually,
昔忍
when
び
we
込んだ
snuck
時
in
って
last time,
どこに行った
do you
か
remember where we
覚え
went?
てる？
I took my ear off the door.
そりゃ
Of
覚
course
え
I
て。
remember. No,
い
actually,
や、
I
具
don't
体的に
remember where
どこかは覚え
exactly.
てないな。
I tried to think back to what I'd seen so many times in the dream. It was 8 or 9 years ago now. At the time, I was still in elementary school.
でも、
But I
平等
don't
じゃな
think
か
it
った
was the
と
psych ward.
思う。
I couldn't remember how we got in, exactly. But I didn't remember sneaking through an automatic door. And
あれは
that wasn't the kind of
精神科に見られ
treatment
る
you'd
よう
see
な
in a
治療じゃ
psych
なかった。
ward. Nobody. Actually, I don't think you could even call that treatment, whatever it was. What's wrong? I was about to ask before I saw her face and realized what was wrong.
大丈夫か？
Are you okay?
え、
Huh?
うん、
Yeah, I'm okay.
大丈夫だよ。
She clearly wasn't okay. Did she remember what happened before? I got to think of it, actually. She tried to act strong and failed last time too.
大したことじゃ
You're
ない。
not doing anything
絵
big
描きの
here.
情報を確かめ
We
て帰れ。
just get information from the
それだけ
artist
だ
and
ろ。
go home. That's all. The nurses must have finished talking, because I could hear the footsteps getting further away.
よし、
Okay. Tsuriko slapped her cheeks with her hands to try and snap herself out of it.
行こう。
Let's go, Taku.
あ、
Yeah. When we got to the room, the dim light of the emergency exit lamp was shining down on it.
ここ？
Here? I nodded. This was probably the place. It was a private room in the back, and there were no nameplates on the other private rooms we'd passed.
開けるぞ。
I'm opening the door. And there's no time to hesitate. We could run into a nurse at any moment. I looked to the left and right, and checked that there was no one there before opening the door. It was a dark room with no lights. And there was enough light to see my hands, but not my feet. Hmm.
誰も
Was there no one here? The bed against the wall was empty. The blanket was rolled up. Sarika looked over to see what I saw. Was this not the place?
他の部屋を探してみ
Maybe I'll
る
check
か。
the other rooms. I tried to leave when Sarika grabbed my arm.
なんだよ。
What? Taku, look.
え？
Huh? Sarika pointed at the back wall of the room. Her hand was shaking a little. It was too dark to see. I softly crept forward to get a better look. Words.
ん？
Ah. But
なんだ
what is this?
これ。
In the whole wall. The whole wall was covered with drawings of the sumo sticker and what looked like red paint. I feel sick. Sarika grabbed onto my arm. The warmth reminded me that I wasn't alone. That made me feel just a little better. If I'd seen this alone, I might have screamed and gone crazy. What's this smell? I noticed that there was an unpleasant scent coming from the red paint on the wall. I took another step forward, and then I realized. I put my hand over my mouth to stifle a scream. And then another hand over Sarika's mouth to stop her from screaming too. But what's wrong? Sarika ripped my hand away from her mouth and clung to me tighter. This isn't pain. It's blood. And strange smell like rust was the same thing that I'd smelled at the Love Hotel during the revolving dead incident. Who drew these? Who would draw something like this? And in blood? I imagined someone locked in a dim room, endlessly drawing paintings and blood on a blank wall, and a shiver went down my spine. I got goosebumps all over my body. This place is dangerous. And the sumo stickers everywhere and not being painted is surprisingly funny to you for some reason. That's fair. And there's something very wrong with this room. You don't say, buddy. Tataku, what are you doing? I suddenly realized I was holding a smartphone in my trembling hand. And without even realizing it, I'd pushed the record button and started filming the drawings on the wall. No, this isn't the time for this. Let's go, okay? Sarika tried to drag me back. Yeah. But my body wouldn't move. I knew it was dangerous to stay here, but I couldn't move. Your body has chosen freeze. Ellipsis. Sarika was saying something behind me. And while I could hear the sounds, I couldn't understand what they meant. And then... I heard a sound from somewhere in the dark room. It was the sound of someone scratching something. I gulped. And my body froze up even more. I heard a sound somewhere. Who's there? Someone's in here with us. Someone's in this room. In the darkness. I could hear the sound of something hard being scratched again. There's the sound bounced off the walls of the square room, and I couldn't tell where it was coming from. I desperately searched around the room, eyes cloudy with terror. How long had they been there? The girl was crouching on the floor alone, with her back to us. She was right next to the bloody sumos, a hand wrapped around her knees, and she was staring at her feet. She was staring down at a drawing of a sumo sticker. It was too dark to tell for sure, but I thought I saw something drip off her finger. That was blood. She cut her finger to draw that. She was drawing those pictures. I couldn't speak. My throat wouldn't work. I had questions to ask her. Who are you? Did you draw all the stickers that are all over town? Why are you drawing those? But I just couldn't speak. And the strange sight before me filled me with an indescribable terror. The aftermath of Mizu 5 real, oh dear. I was overcome by the idea that if I talked to her now and she turned around, she would transform into something else and attack me. I heard my name and turned towards Serika. Her hand was clutching my arm tightly. What's wrong?
この絵
急に怖い
Why do
声
you
出して
sound so scared?
何かあったの？
何かって
Why? Can't you see?
あれ
Shaking, I pointed at the girl on the floor. But... and there was no one there. I was standing in the middle of a hospital room, shaking and staring at the drawings of the sumo sticker design on the wall. My hand had numbly lowered, and my smartphone was recording only my crotch. Oh dear. Are
大丈夫？
you okay? And Serika looked at me, worried.
あの
What happened
女
to that girl? Girl, what are you talking about?
何？
今そこにいた
She
だ
was just there, right? But there's no one in the direction I was pointing. Just eerie pictures in an empty room. No. Don't scare me like that. Then that was just a delusion.
妄想
Or maybe whoever had drawn the bloody pictures on the wall was already dead. But some trace of their spirit was bound into those paintings and trapped inside the room. No, that was way too paranormal for me. It was impossible. But I couldn't get the image of the crouching girl I thought I had seen out of my mind.
この絵
Anyway,
Hiko.
let's go.
ここ
This
は
probably isn't a good place.
良くない
Yeah. I took Serika's hand and slowly started to walk backward. It felt like if I had made a sound, all the eyes of the sumos drawn on the wall would open and stare at me. We made it back to the door and jumped out into the hallway. Fair. That was scary.
ちょっと来て。
Come here.
そっちはいい
You
から
can't do that later.
先生にも連絡を。
Call the doctor too.
何かあったかもしれません。
Something might have happened. I could hear frantic voices down the hallway. No. Hospital staff must have heard my scream. They probably thought something had happened to a patient. They're going to find us. Huh? Did I just hear a sound from the emergency exit? Taku, here. It's open. Sarika had grabbed the door handle, shouting at me in a hushed voice. Huh? Hurry. Yeah. Well, did you find anything? Everything's normal. What do you think happened? I could faintly hear the voices of the nurses running back and forth across the hallway. Evidently, they hadn't found us. It was saved, right? I could hear Sarika breathe a sigh of relief in the darkness. Yeah. I used the light from my phone to look around. We were on the landing of a staircase. These were probably the emergency stairs.
降りられそうだ
You
ね
could probably get down from here. Sarika looked down, illuminating the stairs with her own phone. Why?
なんで
Hmm?
なんで開いてた
Why
んだ
was it open?
非常口だ
Because
か
it's
ら
the emergency
でしょ
exit, right?
でも閉鎖病
But
棟
this
だ
is a
ぞ
sealed ward, right? If they were keeping the automatic door locked, there was no way they wouldn't lock the emergency exit. It's an emergency exit. Emergency. You know, in case of an emergency. It probably shouldn't be locked. You know, just in case of an emergency.
きっと
And they probably forgot to
閉め忘れだ
lock it. Did they? Could really get that lucky? And I was sure I heard a sound.
たく
Taku, forget that.
ここから
We
出
need to
ない
get
と
out of here. And Sarika pointed down the stairs. Yeah, you're right.
そうだな
I used the light from my phone to look at the knob of the emergency door. Good. It was the type that opened from the inside. The doors probably were too.
下へ降りて出
And let's
口を
go
探
down
そ
and
う
look for an exit.
オッケーたく
Taku.
さっき
And
の
those
壁
pictures
の
on
絵
the wall. Yeah. Sariko was probably thinking the same thing I was. Was that where the creator of the sumo stickers was kept? Or someone who had something to do with the case? But in the end, I had no answer. There's a whole wall of sumo sticker images drawn in someone's blood. That was the only information we had. Sarika seemed to understand that as well, because she didn't ask any more questions.
よし
Good,
開いた
it opened. I unlocked the door and quietly opened it, then peered down the hallway beyond. I ducked without even thinking. I placed my hand on the open door to support myself, then quickly yanked my body back inside toward the stairs. Why?
なんで
What are those
あ
two
の二人
doing
が
here?
ここにいる
There was no mistaking it. Those were the two that Ito had noticed in the clubroom this morning. Sariko stuck her head out just a little and saw them too. She dropped down. I put my hand over her mouth before she could finish. I know, so don't make any noise. Why are they here? Is there some connection between them and the sumo stickers after all? I could hear footsteps. Theirs. I couldn't move. They'd hear me. I froze and concentrated on what I was hearing. Good. They were heading further away. The ellipsis exclamation mark. Shit. No. Oh no. Not good, not good. This is not good. Welcome back, room guy. They were getting closer. Who are those two? What are they doing here?
やばいよ。
No, this is bad. Maybe.
もしかして
Maybe the killers behind this case are...
犯人は
取り返しのつかない
Something
ことに
really
なる
bad
可
could
能性だ
happen
って
to
ある
you.
わ。
Are they going to kill us? For a moment, it felt incredibly cold, like my whole body had gotten smaller. The hand I was holding against the door was slippery with sweat. My heart was pounding loudly, and it hurt to breathe. No, no. Suddenly, my frozen body was yanked upward. I stumbled and tripped, then was yanked up again.
こっち
This way. As though Sarika kicked open some kind of door and dragged me through. I saw them pick up my phone. We're okay now, I think.
もう大丈夫かな。
Fair. Let's
少し
rest a little.
休もう。
And collapsed right onto the ground. I tried to catch my breath, but it wasn't working. My legs were shaking from exhaustion, and my hands were shaking from the still lingering terror. It's
大丈
okay.
夫だよ。
They aren't following us,
追
I
ってき
think.
てはないみたい。だから。
It was all I could do to muster a feeble nod. I had no idea why, but my hands shaking made me really mad. I slammed them into the asphalt. Damn it. How? What were they doing there? And now they have my smartphone with all its data.
やっぱ
I
り
think they have something to do with the sumo stickers.
歴史シールと関係あるんだよ。あの二人。
Yeah. It couldn't be a coincidence.
あれ
Hey,
着信あ
I
ったん
got a
だ。
call.
しんちゃん。
Shin-chan?
もしもし。
Hello.
尾上で
It's
す。
Onaway.
どうした
What's
の？
wrong? Yeah. Yeah.
うんうん。
Yeah. Okay.
よし
My breathing had calmed down. I need to get my thoughts in order. My phone has a lock on it. They won't be able to do anything with it immediately. It's clear that the sumo stickers are involved somehow. Not to mention
まだ事件が起こって
that
いない
wall filled with sumo stickers
壁一
where
面に
nothing's
貼られた
happened
歴
yet
史シールが
bothers
引っかか
me.
る
Come to think of it, Kurisu said she was going to take down the security camera. What happened with that?
タク。
Sarika turned around, moving very slowly.
どうした
What's wrong? What did that expression mean? Sarika looked away from me for a moment, and then back, as if afraid of something painful.
のんちゃん
Nonchan
が
was stabbed.
刺された。
Huh? What?
あ、
タクル兄ちゃん。
Big bro.
来る
Where's Kurisu?
さあ
Yumi pointed toward the exam room in the back with a pained expression on her face. Damn it.
まさか
This can't be.
まさか
This can't be happening. What? Ken-san?
なんで
Why?
いや
No, forget that. Kurisu! Where's Kurisu?
静かにしな
Be
さい。
quiet.
一応
This is a hospital.
病院なんだから。
Remember? Was she okay?
タクル、
What?
何
靴脱ぎ
Take
な
off
さ
your
い。
clothes. Take off your shoes. Huh? Oh, sorry.
ごめん
And forgot to take them off when I came in, so I quickly yanked them off my feet. Whoops, this. I.
僕
何？
What?
いや
No, I
その
could see a bandage through the gaps in her pajamas.
ああ、
Oh,
これ？
this. Kurisu lifted up her shirt just a little to show me her stomach. It was wrapped in a thick bandage.
13針。
13 stitches.
大したこ
That's
とな
nothing
い。
bad. 13 stitches. Not bad. Hello, Kurisu. I'm gonna shake you gently because you just got 13 stitches for being stabbed.
お前
You. Why are you punching him? He didn't stab her. I felt a dull pain in my face. I fell to the ground, but then he grabbed me by the shirt and lifted me back up.
ざけんな
What
よ
the hell do you think you're doing, asshole?
何してんだよ
I mean,
ちょっと
stop it, Kawahara-kun.
探偵ごっ
I
こ
don't
なん
know
か
if
知ら
you
ねえけ
think
ど
you're Sherlock Holmes or
余
something.
計なことして
But
る
this
からこん
happened
なこと
because
に
you
なったんだ
decided
ろ
to do something stupid. She could have died, you know.
川原
Kawahara-kun. He pushed me away violently. My face stung from the punch. Hey, young man. Is this my beer?
はい
Yes.
他にもいろいろ
Supposedly
入っている
there's
そ
a
う
lot
で
of
す
other stuff in it too.
あ
Oh, thanks.
ゲンさん、
Gensan,
ありがと
thank
うご
you.
ざいました。
Kawahara-kun,
川
can you
原
help
君、
him carry it to his
そ
house?
れ、ゲンさんの家まで運ぶのを手伝ってもらえる？
Huh?
いや
No,
でも
but
お願い。
please. Fine.
わかったよ
Um. I hope you had fun drawing Serika. Kawahara-kun glared at me for a minute, then picked up the cardboard box and left. No, Taku!
ケンさ
Ganson.
んなんで
Why? Hmm?
まあいろいろ
you
だ
know.
な。ジョーちゃん
Take care,
養
Missy.
生しろよ。
はい。
I will.
ゲンさん
You
も。
too, Ganson.
相変わらず
It's always so
ひょうひょう
easygoing,
としてる
isn't
人
he?
ね。
どうして
Why?
い
I
や
mean,
じゃなくて
no.
その
What
何があったん
happened?
だ
Are you
大丈夫
okay?
なのか
Kurisu's hand slowly stretched down to the wound. Kurisu's hand slowly stretched down to the wound on her stomach.
助けられたの。
Genson happened to be
通り
passing
かかっ
by,
たゲンさん
and
に
he saved me.
刺した
He
やつを
caught the
取り
person
押
who
さえてくれ
stabbed
た。
me.
あなたが仕掛け
And
た
that
カ
camera
メ
you
ラ
planted.
あ
Or I guess it
正
was
確には伊藤
Ito-kun,
君
actually.
それは
That's...
まあいい
It doesn't matter.
とにかく
When I
カメ
was
ラを外
taking
してい
down
る
the
時
camera,
に
the
妙な
strange
やつに
person
声を
started
かけら
talking
れた
to
の
me. A Mars raid? Wow. How was art? Did you finish the drawing you were working on? Art was good? That's good. Well, welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Saku, or just Q is acceptable. I consider myself a variety streamer, though I do stream mostly visual novels. We are currently playing Chaos Child, which is a game in the Science Adventure series. The fourth one? Yeah, the fourth one. We are currently working on finishing up chapter 2 out of, I believe, 10, so we're pretty early in game. But if you need to go take care of yourself, be it to go eat food, go sleep, whatever, there's no pressure to stay. Do take care of yourselves, but thank you once again for the raid, I do appreciate it. And they said something about the place of a holy barrier.
意味がわ
I
から
didn't
なかったけ
understand
ど
what they meant.
それで
And then
い
they
きな
got
り
really
詰め寄
close
ら
to
れ
me
て
all of a sudden. And stopped her.
まったく
Yeah,
どこで売ってるの
sheesh.
かしらね
I wonder where they
Ah,
even
you
sell
knife
knives like that. Her voice was far more cheerful than I'd expect it to be. For some reason, that made everything suddenly seem real. Kurisu had really been stabbed.
それで
And then
それで
what
どうなっ
happened?
たんだよ。
殴って
I
逃げ
hit
た
them
に
and
決
ran
まってる
away,
でし
of
ょ
course.
そこに
Genson
ケンさん
happened
が
to
通
be
りかかっ
passing
て
by, and he caught
取り押
them.
さえて
And then we called
で 110
110.
タクル
傷は
Your wound.
大丈夫なのか。
脇腹を軽く削ぐ
I
ような
just grazed
傷
the
だか
side
ら
of my stomach a
内臓
little.
は無事
My organs are all
大丈夫
fine. I'm okay. That's good. You're gonna post what you have, kinda lost motivation at the end. But you select the result? That's good. Sleep well, Mars. Thank you so much. You're also loved.
No,
Miyashiro-kun.
来てたのか。
You're here, huh?
久しぶりだな。
It's been a while.
あ
Yeah.
お、玄ちゃんと
Another
川
gunshot
原少
at
年は
young
どうした
Karahara.
帰ってもらった
I
の
had them leave.
例のお土産は
And that gift?
渡しま
I
し
gave it
た
to him.
川
I
原
had
君に頼んだ
Kawahara-kun
から
carry it. I see, Dad said as he scratched his head. It really had been a while since I'd last seen Dad's face. Not since I'd left the dorm.
佐久間さん。
Sakuma-san.
私はこ
I'll
れ
be
で。
on my way.
ああ、そうで
No,
したね。
that's right.
この
I'm
度
sorry
は
for the trouble Nuno
野々が
caused.
すいませんでした。いいえ。
No worries.
クリス君にはいつも
Kurisu-kun is
お世話に
always
な
a
ってい
big
るの
help
で
to us.
じゃあ、
Bye,
クリス君
Kurisu-kun.
お大事
Take
にね。
care. This time I managed to drop my mouse wrist support. Hang on.
ありがとうございます
Thank you.
ご迷
I'm
惑
sorry
をお
for
かけ
the
しました
trouble.
そうだ。
No, right. If you're
宮
here
代君もい
too,
るならちょうど
Miyashiro-kun,
いいか。
this is a good timing. The teacher turned around and scratched his head the same way Dad did.
ちょっと言い
And this
づ
is
ら
a
いん
little
だけ
hard to
ど
tell you.
それ
And
に
it's
ま
not
あ君たち
entirely
が
your
完全に
fault,
悪いってわけでもないん
but
だけど、おそらく
the newspaper
新
club is
聞部は
probably going to
活
have
動
to
を
be
自
shut
粛し
down
てもらう
now.
ことになると思う。こんなことが起きちゃった以上は。
And I gave a weak nod. It didn't seem like there was anything I could do about it.
まあね、
Well, you know,
これも
just
いい
think
教
of this
訓
as
だ
a
と
good
思って
lesson.
で、いや
Oh,
失礼かな。
maybe that's rude.
つ
Not
まり
the
ね、
words.
先生
Mr. Wakui.
はい、
Right.
お疲れ様
Thank
で
you.
した
Kurisu made a motion to shoo him away.
はい、
Right. Kurisu suddenly sighed.
あ
I'm
ー疲れ
tired.
た
お前、
Even the teachers
教師
are
からも
afraid of
怖が
you.
られてんのか。
違いま
No,
す
he's always like
あの
that.
先生はいつもあん
Dad,
な感
I'm
じ
going
な
to
の
rest upstairs after all.
父さんやっぱり上で休む
大丈夫か？
Are you okay?
明日の診察
You
まで
could stay here
は寝て
until
て
we
いいぞ。
open tomorrow. And, counterpoint Skullabloke 3. Because the lab mems were always in threat of, Mr. Braun kicking them out from the building.
"痛み少しだけ
The
ど引い
pain's
て
not
き
as
たから
bad now. I feel better in
自
my
分の
own
ベッドの
bed.
方が楽
ん？
No.
運ばれた
What
病
did
院
they
で
give you
薬
at
何
the
もらった
hospital
ん
when
だ
they brought you in?
ファロとロキ
Ferropenem
少し多めに
and
飲んだの。
Luxoprofen.
あげ
It
ま
took
せ
a
ん
little
か
more
ら
than a
ね
typical dose. You can't have any, okay?
バカか。
I'm not stealing your medicine.
もし熱が出たらす
Tell
ぐ
me
言え
right
よ
away if you get a fever. Kurisu slowly got up. I noticed she was pushing herself up with her hands to avoid putting pressure on her stomach.
クルス
Kurisu, I'm
Come here.
sorry.
僕が
I...
タクル
Takuru,
あなた
Stay
今日
here
泊まっていきなさい
I knew her wounds had to hurt, but she was acting completely normal. It just made me feel even more depressed. I said yes in a voice so small even I could barely hear it.
と大丈夫よ
I'm
そ
fine.
んなにじっ
I
と見
don't
てなく
stare
て
at me
も
like that.
あい
No,
や
no. Kurisu slowly laid down on her bed. I told her I would help her get out up to the 3rd floor, but she said it would just make it harder for her to walk. Unless I could bring her the blanket all the way up to her shoulders.
ありがとう
Thank you, Takeru. This feels strange.
やっ
You know?
ぱり違和感あるわね
Huh?
看病される
I'm
側っ
not
て
used to being
慣れ
the
てな
one
いの
someone else is taking care
Ah,
of.
ちゃ
Oh,
んと
and
冷
make
やし
sure
てき
you
なさ
put
い
some
よ
ice on that. Kurisu pointed to my cheek. She must have been talking about where Kawahara-kun hit me.
こんな時まで
I shouldn't be worrying
他
about
人
other
の心
people
配す
right
るなよ
now. It was my fault that this had happened.
あなた
Listen,
ね
Takeru.
言ってお
Let's
くけ
make
ど
sure you know. Kurisu tried to raise her head up, but her wound must have hurt her because she grimaced and laid back down. No.
あな
This
たのせ
isn't
い
your
じゃない
fault.
からね。
I'm the only one
刺されたの
responsible.
はあくまで
It's my
私
fault I
の
got
責任。
stabbed. Counterpoint, no. It's the fault of the person that stabbed you. But yes, the bear. I like that it has her name in its ears. She's just cute, all tucked in.
でも
But if I hadn't put up that
カメラなん
camera,
て仕掛けなければ。
それは
that
確かに
certainly
褒められ
wasn't
た
a
こと
very
じゃな
good
いけど、
idea. But this isn't
でも
something you could have
予想でき
predicted,
たことじゃ
was
ない
it?
でしょ。
And that was true, but...
あ
Oh,
あ、カメ
you
ラ
can
は
have
返
the
してお
camera
く。
back.
ユイ
Did
がその
you
辺に
put
置い
it
てくれ
around
てない？
somewhere? And looked around the room and saw that there was a paper bag on the desk. The camera I had, set up was inside. And there was some damage on the corner. It must have been dropped when she was stabbed.
どんなやつだったんだよ。
What was the guy who
So funny.
stabbed you like?
暗
It
く
was
て
too
よく
dark
見え
to
なかった
see
けど、
well, but I think it was the man in his
20-30くらいの
20s or
男。
30s. Sorry,
ごめん、
but can you
電気
turn
消
off
して
the
くれる？
lights?
仰
It's
向けに
really
寝て
bright
る
when
と
I'm lying
眩しい。
face up like this.
あ、
Oh. I turned off the lights. Kurisu's sighed to calm herself down. No.
ゲンさんに取り押
Winter
さえられて、
Genson caught him. He
警
was
官が
screaming
来るま
until the
でわめ
police
き散ら
got
して
there.
た。
What the hell happened? You were gone for like 8 minutes? No got stabbed. Yeah.
俺のネットの継承
You
に気
folks
づか
didn't
ない
notice
お
the
前
alarm
た
I
ちごと
sounded
き
on
が
the
と
internet.
か、
I'm the
犠
holy
牲者の聖
messenger
な
of
る
the
使いの俺
victim,
に
so
触れる
don't
な
touch
と
me.
かね。
That kind of stuff. I suddenly realized that reminded me of something. It was the same with that stuff about a barrier that Kurisu was saying downstairs. Could he be? Might seem random, but when knee surgery is tomorrow? I feel like when knee surgery is tomorrow, I am lost. I don't get it. As long as you guys are having fun with knee surgery tomorrow, I guess.
あのページの
The guy who made that page.
詳しくは
Someone from the police is
明
supposed to
日
come
警
and ask
察の
me
人が
questions
来て
tomorrow.
いくつか聞
I
くこ
think
と
I'll
があ
learn
る
the
って言っ
details
てたから
then.
その時わかるとは思うけど。
Question mark. And I felt like her voice was shaking a little.
クルス。
なんでも
It's
ない。
nothing.
大丈
I'm
夫。
fine. It was too dark to see clearly, but I could tell that she had her hand on her face. I finally realized that she was holding back tears. I swore at myself. Of course she is, damn it. She got stabbed in the stomach. Of course she's scared. A name that goes by that feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow, also known as Blue Grinch knee surgery, is going viral on social media. The context is the feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow. Uh-huh. I see. I've never been the one to keep up with memes and stuff, so I guess I'm not surprised that I'm lost. Interesting, though. Neither of us said anything for a while. I couldn't bring myself to say another word. Nothing I said would be right, and it felt like it would hurt her. I couldn't see her face. I didn't know if she was crying. But even if she wasn't crying, she might as well have been.
タクル
That feeling when evil knee surgery is tomorrow, oh my. I don't know how long I was silent for. My eyes had finally gotten used to the dark by the time she whispered.
言うとね
Nito said he got a love
ラ
letter
ブレ
from
ターもらっ
Kono-san.
たんですって
Do you remember her?
今野さん覚えてる
And I didn't. I tried to remember, but maybe she wasn't expecting an answer.
5年生の時か
And
ら
they've been
同
in the
じ
same
クラ
class
スの
since 5th grade.
一度
Yuta was out
ユウ
sick
トが休んだ
once, and
時
she
にプリントを
brought
持っ
him
て
the
きてくれ
day's
た
handouts.
メガネをか
She
け
wears
た子
glasses.
それを
One of the boys in
クラス
class
の
made
男
fun
の
of
子に
him
か
for
らかわ
it,
れたらしく
and
て
then Yui said.
それでユイが
And then she started to go on in a quiet voice. That feeling when knee surgery isn't tomorrow. She told me that Dad had been busy lately, that he was being as obnoxious as ever, that she'd ordered him to stop drinking for a week today. That Yui was still afraid of men, but that she'd made friends with the boy in her class. And that Yuta wasn't getting any taller. He said it didn't bother him, but it obviously did. But the air conditioner in the living room wasn't working well, and she and Yui had cut Dad's allowance to buy a new one. Though the two of them were saving up their own allowance too. Though the old woman who was a regular at Alba Clinic, the one who taught Kurisu how to sew, wasn't doing so well lately. That she'd mixed up a clothes hanger with a clothespin, and one of the patients had laughed at her. I mean, I listened to her for a long time, only speaking occasionally. Her voice gradually got softer, and eventually I realized that she was talking in her sleep. And then I realized something.
そうか
So that's it. Kurusu was telling me everything that had happened here in the 6 months I'd been gone for. What had happened at home. What Dad, Yui, and Yuto had been up to. She'd been saying all this because she wanted me to know. Welcome in, Natsuki, by the way.
それで
And
ね
then... She went eep, didn't she? Yep. As I waited for her to finish her sentence, I could hear her soft breathing. She'd fallen asleep. I slowly stood up, careful not to make a sound. I dusted the blanket over her once more and went to leave. Ugh. Awful. That feeling when jaw surgery is tomorrow, damn. I adjusted the blanket over her once more and went to leave. I think I read that, but better safe than sorry.
タクル
ん
事件を
If you're still thinking
追う
about
の
chasing that case. Still water, oh my. She was probably talking in her sleep. I heard the rest as I left the room, and I understood what she was saying all too well. My room hadn't changed at all since I'd left half a year ago. It still had the same old bookshelves, same old desk, and the same old bed. Everything was just as I remembered it.
本当に
It's honestly amazing how little has
びっくりす
changed.
るくらい何も変わってないな。
I figured it would either have been turned into a storage room or be covered in dust.
そうか。
Alright. My phone is... I checked my pockets for my phone, only to realize that I dropped it at the hospital. And that those two weird people had picked it up. I couldn't do it. I tried to remember what happened at the hospital, and instead, I found myself thinking about the girl in the next room. My body was tired. My brain was telling me I needed to think about everything that had happened tonight, but I felt too exhausted. So I took out the scrapbook from its usual spot on the shelf. And the same articles, the same incidents from the past. I had seen them so many times, I was tired of reading about them. The newspaper article was from around 6 years ago, during the Shibuya earthquake. The title was Robbery at a Refugee Shelter. My parents' names were in the article. Miyashiro Saneo. Miyashiro Eriko. The article said that the two of them had been killed by an unknown assailant. When I found out about this several months ago, and left the dorm and went to live in Miyashita Park. I've been told about my parents' deaths, and I woke up from my coma about a year after the earthquake. My dad and Kurisu had told me that they died because of the earthquake. I closed the scrapbook and put it back on the shelf. And the fact that my parents were murdered instead of simply dying in the earthquake was a shock to me. But I think it was a lot less of a shock than Dad and Kurisu expected. I experienced the earthquake personally. I'd seen for myself how awful the looting and robbery was. And my parents had neglected me. I'd spent all their time at work. Neglect, a type of abuse. In this case, it refers to parental neglect of a child. Examples of neglect include failure to provide food, failure to provide care during a time of illness, failure to provide a child with a sanitary environment, failure to show interest in a child, or failure to provide any type of general care. Neglect can also be shown to the elderly and disabled by those in a position to care for them. Yippee. In the 5.5 years that had passed since their murder crushed any desire I had to find the killer and take revenge. No, maybe I never would have wanted to take revenge in the first place. My curiosity just made me want to find them.
そんなことより
And the thing that really hurt me was... It was a shock to me that Dad and Kurisu were keeping it secret. There were 2 rules at Alba Dorm. After dinner, everyone would gather around the table to talk. And no one was allowed to keep secrets. And just before I'd left, we'd had a huge fight. During the fight, Kurisu had told me she didn't want to make things any worse after I'd woken up from my coma. But at the time, that sounded like nothing but an excuse. I thought we weren't supposed to keep secrets, Kurisu. I called her by her last name. By the time I calmed down enough to think about how she must have felt, I'd already moved to Miyashita Park. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Yes.
はい。
私
It's me.
入っていい
Can I come in? It was Yui's voice. I told her she could come in, and the door opened slowly.
どうした？
And what is it?
ちょっと
Nothing. And the two of them were together, like usual. Yuta looked like he was so tired he could barely stand. The reason she'd brought him was probably because if he woke up in the dark alone, he'd be scared. This is another sight that brought back a lot of memories.
久しぶり
It's been a while,
タクルに
big bro.
あ
Yeah,
あ、ダ
you
メ
know
だ
you
ろ。
shouldn't be up this late,
こんな時間に。
right? I didn't know how late it was exactly, but it was probably long past 3 a.m.
ちょっとくらいいいじゃん
It's only for a
の
little,
のね
so
大
who
丈夫そうだっ
cares?
た
Anyway, is Bixus gonna be okay? Yeah,
今は
she's
寝てるよ。
asleep now.
そっか
I see.
よかっ
Thank
た
goodness. Yui looked surely relieved.
まったく
Sheesh.
ののねもい
I
く
know
ら
how
日
she
課だ
does
か
it
らって
every day,
あんな
but
時
she
間に
shouldn't
お参
have
りな
been
んて行
going
くか
to
ら
visit the memorial at that hour.
え
Huh?
タクル兄からも
You
言
need
っ
to tell
と
her
いてよ
too,
ね
okay?
クルスが
Kurusu was visiting the
お参りだって。
memorial.
え
Huh?
うん
Yeah,
帰ってきた
that's
時
what
に
she
そう言っ
said
て
when
た
she
よ
got back. My heart skipped a beat. What was Kurusu doing? How much could she...
あ
Oh,
タク
big
ル兄
bro.
ちゃん
Nito suddenly opened his eyes.
どうした？
What's wrong? Nothing.
なんでも
And then he put his head against Yui's shoulder and stopped moving. Yui sighed and held Ito up so that he didn't fall over.
タクル兄
Big bro,
何があっ
I
た
don't
か
know
知
what
らないけど
happened,
さ
but
とっとと帰
come
ってき
back
てよね
already, okay?
お風呂の掃除
You've
当
got a
番
lot
溜ま
of
ってるん
bathroom
だから
cleaning to do.
あ
Oh,
あと
and
買い
shopping
出し当
too.
番も
I froze, unsure of what to say. Yui gave up on holding him steady and put him on her back.
部屋綺
And
麗
the
で
room's
しょ
nice and clean, isn't
の
it?
の姉がい
Big
つ
sis
も
cleans
掃
it
除
all
して
the
るから
time.
じゃあ
Anyway,
おやす
good
み
night.
あ
Yeah. I slid my hand across the desk. There wasn't a single speck of dust. The second I saw this, I felt a sharp pain deep in my nose, and my vision blurred. I sat down, unable to stand. I felt the familiar sensation of the chair and stared at the wall I'd seen a million times before.
くそ。
Damn it. Why? When I had left here, the biggest thing I felt wasn't rage at being betrayed by Dad and Kurisu. It was that I was different than everyone else. And after I gotten so sick of the wrong-siders in elementary school that I just stopped going altogether, and after my parents had neglected me, this was the one place in my life that had been different. Kurisu, Yui, and Nito had all lost their parents in the earthquake, just like me. This was a family, made of people who had all gone through the same thing. But I was different. I wasn't just a victim. I was a victim whose parents had been murdered. I was the one person who was different. I was special. I wasn't like everyone else. Damn it. Sister, we're not actually family, are we?
家族でもなんでもないじゃんか。僕たちは。
The tears started to flow. In my head, I apologized to Kurisu again and again as I sat there, unable to get up from my chair. Oh boy. Time to look at a webpage. Bad news. A man who looked like the sumo sticker asked someone for directions, not decorations. Oopsie. Spiral barley tea, reproduction prohibited. At approximately 5 p.m. on October 6th, near Shoto 1st Avenue, Shibuya, a girl walking home from school was asked by a suspicious man, "Do you know where I can get some chanko?" Chanko is a favorite dish of sumo wrestlers. The man asking her was around 30 years old, 170 centimeters tall, heavy-set, with black hair, whose face looked very similar to the face on the sumo stickers. Always stay on well-lit, heavily traveled roads. Carry a personal alarm with you. Information released by Shibuya Police. Questions and tips. I lolled. Give the poor guy a break. Is it wrong for a fat guy to want some chanko? It's a jungle out there these days. People like us can't do anything without getting the cops called. His face looked like very similar to the face on the sumo stickers 3 times. Are they sure he wasn't an actual sumo wrestler? Why? What's he got to do with the sumo stickers? So now you're a suspicious person just for asking for directions. What the hell? I'ma be honest. Talking to a scroll girl was a no-no. Talking to a schoolboy would also be a no-no. The only safe option would be to go find a real sumo wrestler and ask him. Actually, I think I saw this guy a week ago. He was running down Tamagawa Dori, really sweaty. He kept mumbling, "Chanko, chanko, chanko." He really did look like the sumo sticker guy. Maybe he was the model for them? What's a sumo sticker? Someone tell me. Someone tell me if he ever actually got his chanko. This thing, picture of the sumo sticker. I have pissed myself if a guy like that talked to me. A guy who looks just like the sumo stickers? Says who, lol? Average 4chan user, yeah. The news said that they found a sumo sticker at the scene of the Love Hotel killing last month. Maybe this guy was the murderer? Maybe he places a sticker each time he commits murder? Japan is such a peaceful place. Get thee to a sumo ring. In other words, he'd been looking for his chanko for a whole week. Let's hope that when they erased him, they gave him chanko instead of katsudan. Anyway, I feel like some chanko now.
少しずつ
Slowly, but
でも
surely,
確実に
the rumors about the
リッシュ
sumo
シールという
sticker
もの
started
が
to spread.
人々の間に不確実な噂として浸透し始めていた。噂は集団の
Rumors
中で
brought
憶
with them
測を呼び、
speculation,
ありもしな
and
い
thus
幻影、
delusions as well.
つまりは妄想を生み出していく。一度動き
We
出した
didn't
歯
realize
車
that
は
once the gear started to turn.
誰にも止められないのだということに僕らは気づいていなかった。
Ding dong bing bong. Danganronpa may be over, but the ding dong bing bong is forever. Two o'clock p.m. As the whole school got excited for the start of the culture festival in 2 days, our club room was quiet as a tomb. Welcome on in, Wackadoodle. The only sound was Serika's occasional fiddling with her cell phone strap. But that would quickly stop, and only the silence would remain. Kazuki had even stopped playing ESO too. Everyone had looked miserable when they'd heard about Kurisu. I mean, fair, she was stabbed. I'm sorry, I'm here. The teacher came in with his usual dopey grin. The conference ran long. I wish they'd think about what it's like for me to have to listen to them, you know? Sheesh. He looked around at us and scratched his head. So, about the newspaper club. Everyone looked at him. And that's why we'd been waiting, to hear what he had to say. I'm gonna have to shut it down for a while, like I said. shut down. I repeated the words in my mind.
決定ですか？
Has that been decided? Yeah.
こうなっちゃった
After
以
what
上は
happened,
ね
you know? Kurisu hadn't told Yui and Yuto, but before she'd been taken to the hospital, the police had asked her several questions. She had to tell them what she was doing out there. Of course she would. Otherwise she'd have no reason to explain the camera. And after the incident at the Love Hotel, the teachers probably had it out for us to begin with. Thinking back, it was a miracle we weren't shut down after the Love Hotel case.
ただ一個
But there was one
条件
condition,
というか
one
命令と
order,
い
you
う
might
か
say. Not that this makes it any
罪滅ぼしっていうんじゃないんだろうけど
How do I put
なんて言っ
it?
たらいいかな。
いや、
No,
なんで
it
もいいです
doesn't
から
matter. What is it?
なんです。
Well, you see. He looked down at the paper he was holding.
君たち
Have you heard of a man named
渡部智明って知ってるかい？
Watabe Tomoaki? Huh?
ネット記者
The
のですか？
internet journalist?
そうそうニコニ
That's
ア動画
right,
の
with Nikoniya.
宮
I
代
basically knew
君
that
よく知ってる
Miyashiro-kun.
ね。
いえ、
No. Of course I knew it. It was famous to anyone who used Nikoniya, and the club had just been talking about the video he made the other day. And a lot of the class knew about him from his job at Nikoniya too.
彼から
He said he wants
文
to
化
speak
祭
with the
で新
newspaper
聞
club
部
at
と
the
対
culture
談したいっていうオ
festival.
ファーが来てるんだ。
は？
なんで？
Why?
そうね。
No, no, no.
もと
He
も
was
と
going
う
to
ち
do
の
some.
文化祭を渡部さんは取材することに
He
なっ
was
てい
going
た
to
らしい
come
んだ
do
よ
a
ね。
story on it anyway, I
う
guess.
ちって
Would
結
you
構
look
有
at us
名だから
now? We're getting pretty famous. Was it about the Restoration Festival? It was true that our culture festival was considered to be a part of the run-up to the big Shibuya Restoration Festival.
でその
And
際
he
に
says when he
ぜひ
comes,
新聞
he
部と
definitely
対
wants to
談
talk
した
to
い
the
っていうん
newspaper
だ。
club.
なんで
He's
も
supposedly very
君たち
interested
が
in the
作成した
newspaper you
新聞
made.
に興味があるらしくてね。
マジかよ。
Seriously. The newspaper we'd made. He was probably talking about the video we'd made on the sumo stickers. And the one that had gotten all those views because Watabe had come out with the same article at almost the same time.
僕は知らな
I
かった
had
ん
no
だけど
idea,
最近
but he's
結構有
supposedly
名な人ら
famous
しい
these
じゃないか。
days, so the school couldn't really turn him
学校
down, you
側として
see.
は断りにくくてね。活動は休止
You'll
だ
have
け
to
ど
shut down,
その対談
but
だ
they
け
still
は
want you
こ
to
なして
do
ほ
that
しいっ
interview.
て言うんだよ。
Just for show.
対面と
Is
して
that okay?
いいかな。
いいか
I
な
don't
って
really
言わ
know
れて
what
も
to say. It was all so sudden that I was having a hard time processing it. And wait,
学校側から
a
の指
lesson
示なん
order
で
from
す
the
よね。
school, right? He nodded. And then we didn't have a right to refuse, did we?
わかりました。
Alright.
よかった。
Good.
い
You
や
know,
ー
they were
本当
originally
は
planning
廃
on
部って
shutting
言わ
down
れ
the
てた
club
ところ
permanently,
この件で
but I
粘っ
was
て
able
休
to
止し
use
てもらっ
this
た
to
から
get them
さ。
to make it temporary. And that wasn't funny.
対談は文
And
化
the
祭
interview
初
will be the
日。
first day of the
明後日だ
culture
から。
festival.
細
The
かい
day
段
after
取りはま
tomorrow.
た明日連絡
I'll
す
let
る
you
よ。
know the details tomorrow. Oh,
あとそれから
and
クルス君から
I have a
伝言
message
な
from
んだけど
Kurisu-kun.
え？
Huh?
部の活動
It
自体
says you've
は
been
本
shut
日から
down.
休
You
止
won't
だ
be
か
able to
ら
record
文化
any
祭
more
の
of the
記録
culture
映像を撮
festival.
ったりはもうで
So
きない。
instead,
その代わり生徒会の
she
手
wants you
伝
to
いをし
help
て
the
ほしい
student
そうだ。
council, since she
自分の
can't
空い
right
た穴を
now.
埋めてくれって。
そっか。
Oh yeah,
のんちゃん
Noncha's the
会長だ
president,
もんね。
isn't she?
今度の文化祭は
And
盛り
this
上
year's
がって
festival
る
is
から
shaping
ね
up。to be really
手
big,
が足りないん
so
だ。
they need more people.
生徒会顧問と
As
して
student
もぜ
council
ひ頼むよ。
advisor, I'd really like your help too. Normally, I turn down any request from the student council,
でも
but right now, it didn't bother me at all.
わかりました。
Alright,
助かるよ。
thanks.
じゃ
I'll
あ
buy
後で
the
生
student
徒会
council
室に
room
顔を
later
出して
then.
ね。
渡部と対
And
談
so
って
we're really going to talk to Watabe?
マジか。
And that was a pretty big deal, yeah. No one had come to interview the newspaper club since its founding. This was an entirely good thing. The club had been shut down, but we were still having an interview with someone famous. And more than anything, I thought about Kurisu, who was still at home in bed. Sarika stood up from her seat. She walked over to the windowsill and opened the window. Chilly air blew into the room.
尾上
I had a feeling. Understandable, have a nice day. She suddenly leaned out of the window and screamed. And then, she leaned back inside and closed the window. Fair.
よし
Okay,
切り替えよ
let's get back on track.
うしんちゃん
Taku, Chin-chan, Hana-chan.
ほら
Come on, Taku. You're in charge.
Huh?
Huh?
のんちゃんから
You know what
の
Non-chan asked us to do, right?
やれるとこか
So
ら
let's
や
do
ろう
what we can. Sarika looked right at me as she spoke. Ito and Kazuki turned toward me as well.
Taku?
Fine, fine. I slapped myself on the cheeks to help me focus. The place where Kawahara-kun hit me still stung.
よし
Okay.
じゃあま
First,
ず
Ito,
伊藤
can you go to the
生
student
徒会
council
室に
room
行
and
っ
see what they
て
want
生徒
us to
会から
do?
何をやればいいか指示を仰いできてくれるか
俺
Me.
お前
What
は
about you?
僕は
I
行
probably
かない
shouldn't
方がいい
go. I pointed to my cheek. Ito nodded. Kawahara-kun was the vice president of the student council. Oh,
私も行くよ
too.
分かった
Okay.
じゃあ
And
和樹
then
は
Kazuki. She was going back to her game, huh?
何すればいいか分かっ
Once
た
we know
ら
what to
手
do,
伝ってく
help
れよ
us. Okay?
うん
She nodded, just a little.
お前は
About you? Hmm.
渡部との対談の
I'm
準
gonna
備
get
を
ready
し
for
て
the
おけば
interview with
多
Watabe.
分歴史シ
He
ールの
probably
動
wants
画
to
に関
talk
する
about
こ
the
とだと
sumo
思うよ
stickers.
だよな
Yeah. I wonder why
何な
now,
んだろう
though.
なこのタイミングで
That was a good question, yeah. Why would a reporter come meet with the people who'd ended up starting a flame war over one of his articles? He definitely wasn't coming to apologize.
しんちゃん
Chin-chan, let's go. Huh?
お
Oh,
お
yeah. The fucking just miso soup makes it easy to eat. Snap it in half and enjoy that delicious crab. Just these little hats or something. I pulled up Watabe's article on the PC screen.
まだ
You
緩
just
く
look
炎
on
上
at
して
it,
る
huh?
な
The pace of the comments was starting to slow down, but they remained basically negative. And there was no way Watabe wouldn't have noticed that. Of course, he would have noticed our video as well. One of the comments were posting the link.
なんだっていう
What's he going to say? Did he want to ask us something about the sumo stickers? You wish that ad was a real thing? The it's coldest in winter but the internet's just fine, or the miso makes it easy to eat, snap it in half, enjoy the delicious crab? No, he wouldn't need to do an interview if that was the case. And in any event, he'd uploaded a close-up photo of the sumo sticker at Revolving Dead, which we hadn't been able to incorporate into our video even though we'd been at the scene. We had to go back to the Love Hotel and upload a photo we'd taken from the street. To be honest, our article was basically the same as his, but his photos were a lot better. The crab one, yeah, that's fair. I couldn't imagine there was anything he wanted to ask us.
もしかして
Could it be about the hospital? That was impossible. No one but me and Sarika knew about it. No, there's no point in thinking about it. I need to get ready for the interview, and then do what Kurisu asked me.
Huh?
Huh? Something bothered me, so I went over to the board.
回転
And
ベッド
sumo
の
sticker
歴史シール
from the
のアップの
Revolving
数
Dead
は
cases. I carefully removed the one that was on the board. I knew it.
表情が
Its face is
違っ
different.
てる
I went back in front of the map and put the picture back on. And the photo that we'd taken of the sticker and the sticker in Watabe's article were different. It's cold as in winter, but the internet's absolutely fine. It has the more jump font / color scheme. Yeah. What was going on with that? Once everyone got back to the club room, I planned to talk with them about it. October 8th, 2015, Thursday. $11:45 p.m. This should be your earthquake memorial. And the town was silent, as if it didn't know she was there. She was standing before the names of the dead, as unmoving as the stone in front of her. In fact, it was hard to tell that she wasn't dead herself. The wind that blew down from the tops of the buildings refused to touch her scraggly hair. The eyes that poked out through her hair were cloudly and lifeless, and her lip was pressed into her frown. She must not have bathed recently, because she... I'm gonna reread this line. The eyes that poked out through her hair were cloudy and lifeless, and her lip was pressed into a frown. She must not have bathed recently, because the smell around her was terrible. Her black clothes melted into the darkness, making the red jacket stand out a little against the gloom. Ellipsis. The sound came from her lips. She pressed her jaw together as if trying to crush a piece of meat. Her leg dragged along as she started to walk, her head facing the ground. In that moment, she stood out from the scene around her. The hair pressed against her face made it impossible to read her expression, but the most noticeable thing about her wasn't the stench, or the sound of her gritting teeth. It was her anger and rage. That anger and rage covered everything about her. Her legs came to a stop. She reached out a glove-covered hand and touched a name on the memorial. She dug her fingernail into it. She scratched again and again, as if trying to rub it out. Her nail broke inside the glove, unable to handle the force. But she didn't stop. She ignored the blood dribbling out of the glove, as if she didn't feel any pain. Red continued to stain the memorial stone. Ellipsis. The date changed. It was now October 9th. There's only one day left until October 10th. The date of the next New Generation Madness killing. One person in chat, Ami-chan. Ed Lucas has joined the channel. I apologize for the wait. The test images. Spreading rapidly, as expected. Maintain things as they are. Yes. And the target. We'll make contact with a reporter named Watabe tomorrow. Kill him. And now it's chapter 3. School festival. Their side of the festival? Something like that. Well. How exciting. But that'll definitely do it for tonight's stream now that we finished the chapter. Yippee. I wonder what the next murder is gonna be like. Because it'll be interesting for sure. It is Chaos Child after all. I wasn't expecting Nono to get stabbed, not gonna lie. Like, damn. Here, let's get to this screen. Really was not expecting Nono to get stabbed. Like, hello? Like, actually stabbed. It's like, oh, just 13 stitches. It's not that bad. Like, hello, it's 13 stitches. Miss Ma'am. You're expecting it? Honestly, that's fair. I'm not surprised. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm not surprised. I probably should have expected it, though. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Sleep in your room. I am wondering what's going on with that little girl and old woman duo. You didn't really catch why exactly she got stabbed, to be honest. Just thought it was somehow technically Taku's fault somehow. Because she went to go remove the camera that they set up in front of the wall full of the sumo stickers. Like, since she went there, she got stabbed, and that's why it's technically Taku's fault. Look on your friend's face during the bathroom scene, though. I can only imagine, because I also don't think your friend has a whole lot of context on the rest of the game. That bathroom scene also certainly was something. Honestly, kind of already forgot about it. Even with context, that scene was... Oh, that's new, that's true. I imagine you're talking about the... Yeah, I don't know. Now imagine how your parents must have felt hearing that from your room. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's the most I can offer for you with that one. The piscine, yeah. Okay. I can only imagine what direction the positive delusion there would have been. And I'm glad we went for the negative one. I'll be honest. Wow, so much is happening on Lita's screen right now. We don't talk about the piss scene. You're right. What piss scene? There is no piss scene. Well, on Twitch is, and I'll be going ahead and rating Lita C. They're currently on day 8 of their subathon. They only have like an hour-ish left on their timer. So, should be their last day, maybe. We'll see. Message sent too early, no worries, take your time. But yeah, we'll be rating Lita C, who's finishing up their subathon. They got a lot of stuff on the screen. It's special, but like in a good way. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining. As always, I do appreciate your supports. I hope you're all looking forward to what chapter 3 will have in store for us. What's the pissing? Oh, you sweet, sweet child. You're right, you're right. Oh shoot, wait, Peachy never showed up, huh? Pissy never existed, yeah. Peachy, I don't want Peachy to lose their streak. Wait, hang on. It's okay, I can do my best to yap until I get a response from Peachy. I haven't heard from Peachy since before stream, so that means it's been a hot minute. Peachy. Is Peachy okay? I probably could do something else to extend stream. I don't know what though. Someone hacked Peachy's account to continue the streak. If I had Peachy's login, I would just log in and sit in here for like 5 minutes for their sake, but that feeling when knee surgery was yesterday, you're right. The piscine incident will forever be a running joke alongside the sandwiches incident. You're right, you're right. Actually, if if you're in the Discord, you would see that I have actually gone out of my way to put Ito in a sandwich. Because when I was video editing, it's like, yeah, I'll do that. It needs to happen. So I made it a reality. I put him in a sandwich. A ham sandwich. So... Connect XLR. I just realized that. Hello. I need more vocals on my monitor. Alright. You have to draw that now? Do it, do it, do it. You should. And I feel like silly, goofy drawings are like always the funnest to work on. I need to get more silly, goofy art commissions. That feeling when knee surgery is today. Oh boy, knee surgery, my favorite. I don't really know what to do in order to help Peachy retain streak. Normally I would just default to a rhythm game, but YouTube doesn't like when I do rhythm games. At least rhythm games with copyrighted music. And one of the easiest access rhythm games for me to open right now is Project Diva, so... Quite the dilemma. I'm definitely gonna draw Ito to hit sandwich costume now. Nice. And I feel like when streak stays active, yeah. Not feeling when ham sandwich. Not feeling when tuna sandwich. I personally am team tuna sandwich, but I also don't eat red meat, so you know. There's a stream with 24/7 drops in the title for a game that you play, but in the pinned message it says, "Sorry, have been excluded from the drops program." And the chat is in emote only mode. Scummy shit. Sheesh. That's kind of crazy, not gonna lie. +700 years because people got baited by the title and didn't read the message. Ugh. That's kind of crazy, not gonna lie. And the shit you'll see on Twitch. You know, things to say, that's fair. I don't have a lot of things to say either, to be honest. I'm not a yapper, that's why I normally default to rhythm games when I need to kill time. I could do Mustache and turn on stream mode. There is significantly less songs if I do that, but at least YouTube won't yell at me for copyrighted music if I go that route. So there is that. Minesweeper stream. I don't have the brain cells required for Minesweeper. I'm gonna close this copy of Steam and open my other one, see if I get any inspiration. The one brain cell in your brain is able to comprehend how Minesweeper sweeps. Fair enough. My brain just isn't built for Minesweeper. I'm a rhythm Game Boyo. If I can't find a game, like a rhythm game or something simple like that that I want to play, I could probably just work on art stuff. That's not the worst option. Think thunk. Let's do Mustache for a bit. Oh, you know what though? I won't keep recording for my edited YouTube video. For the YouTube video, I will say fare thee well, and I'll catch you all next time. Ha. Now I'm free to stop recording.